Hello and welcome to the next video instalment of algebra, and today we are looking at simplification. So what we want to be able to do is simplify algebraic expressions. Now on this learning objective we've got a couple of key words we just need to go over. So first of all, algebra, we know what we're talking about, but algebraic expressions are where you're using the language of algebra without an equal sign, an identity sign, or an inequality. Okay, so basically the algebraic expressions is the language of algebra. Okay, so if you're not sure about the language of algebra, go back and find my video on bid maths and algebra, and that will explain how algebra is formed to the language of algebra, and that will help. The other key word we've got in here is simplify or simplification. Now if we look at the root of the word, it means make easier. E-A-S-I-E-R, can't spell this morning. Make easier, make it easier, make it simpler. So that's what we're talking about with simplification. So we're going to take an algebraic expression and we're going to simplify it. We're going to make it smaller. Let's have a look at some examples. So here we go. Example number one. Whoops, pen, please don't tell me pen's running out. No, I think it's just got a little bit cold. So I'm going to take the letter B. I'm going to add another B to it and add another B to it. Okay, how many B's do we have? 1, 2, 3. So we call this in algebra 3B because we've got the repeated addition B plus B plus B. How many B's have we got? We've got 3 of them. Lovely. Another way we can do simplification here is we're looking for the same letters with the same indices. So we might have, say for example, C plus C squared plus C. Although all 3 terms are C's, this one here, this one here and this one here are just C, whereas this one here is a C squared. Why do I always pick the highlighters that are running out? So it's different. So when we're finding the equivalent, what we're saying is we've got 2 C's plus just a C squared, and that is it. That is our answer. Oh, Mrs. Powell, you've picked the wrong blinking colour again. See if the blue's gone. Just about managed that. That should be pink. Try one more time, see if I can get enough colour out of it. Oh, just made it fuzzy. Oh well, ho hum. So we're looking for the same letter with the same indice. Likewise, we might have different letters. A, B, C, D. So we could have D plus E plus D minus E plus E. Now this time you can say we've got a subtract sign in there, so we can still simplify it. We can still use the same principle. Right, make sure I pick a highlighter that works properly. So let's have a look for the D's first of all. I've got D there, plus another D will give me how many D's? 1 D there, 1 D there will give me 2 D's. Let's have a look at the E's now. I think orange is good to go. Yeah, orange looks good to me. So we've got an E there. We are subtracting an E here, however, then we're adding another E. Okay, so we've got an E, but we're subtracting an E, then we're adding another E back. So at the end, we are just adding E. Okay, now the highlighters and the colours don't get you any extra marks. They don't gain you any marks, but what they do is help develop and understand your learning. Let's have another look at another example. Getting trickier. Okay, E, F. F plus F plus G minus F plus 2G. Now, this is where it gets trickier still, because this time the F's are easy to deal with. Let's do this a slightly different way. Let's use these colours this way. There's an F, there's an F, and there's an F. So we've got F plus another F, take away an F just gives us one what? One F. Okay, and then change colour. We'll look at the G's. So we've got a G there, but this time we haven't just got G, we've got two G's. So here we've got one G plus another two G's gives us three G's. So we're combining letters and numbers. Okay, so just to recap, 1, 2, we've got three F's, but we're not adding that F, we're subtracting it. F plus another F, take away an F just gives us F. G plus another two G's gives us three G's. Let's have a look at another example. 5 H. So we'll have H squared plus 3 lots of H squared minus J plus 5J. Okay, so it looks quite complicated. Let's have a look. We've got H squareds and we've got J's. So first step I'm going to do, if I had highlighters, let's go back to actually, no, let's use colours like this. So that's an H squared. We've got 3 lots of H squared there, and we're going to use these, we're going to use the instruction immediately before. And then we've got minus J there plus 5J. Okay, so I'm going to work out first of all what I'm doing with the H's, and then I'm going to work out what I'm doing with the J's. So essentially, so far all I've done is colour coded, and I've put my spaces in so I know what I'm going to be writing. I haven't worked anything out yet, I haven't gained any marks, but through the colour coding it's helping me see my understanding. How many H squareds have I got here? I've just got 1. Here, however, I've got 3 H squareds. So 1H squared plus another 3H squared is 4H squared. Minus J plus 5J. Now, thinking back to what we did in the last unit about working with addition and subtraction on that number line, we're starting at -1 and we're going up 5. So we'll end up with 4J. Okay, I'll recap that. We're on minus J. We're adding another 5J's to it. So the first one of those 5 will take us to 0. We've got 4 left over. So as we go up, we're going up how much? We're going up 4J's. That, however, isn't the complete answer, because we need to know what we're doing to the 4H squared and the 4J. Now here, we went above 0, so we're adding 4J. So to recap, what I'm doing is I'm looking at the numbers and I'm looking to see that I've got the same letters with the same indices. Okay, as usual, I'm going to give you some examples and I want you to work through them. So we're on 5. Let's go up here for number 6. H-I-J, let's go for K. So we'll have K plus K plus K plus K. Number 7, we'll have M plus M minus M plus M plus M. Number 8, 3N plus 4N. Number 9, going to get trickier, P plus P squared plus p plus p squared. And number 10, LMNOPQ will have 3q plus 4r minus q plus 7r. So again, break it down each question, write out what you think the simplification is, and pause the video. Okay, let's go through these answers. So on this first one, all the letters are the same and none of them have got any indices. So it means that this is fairly straightforward. How many K's have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get 4K. Okay, double check number 7. These are all M's. Again, no indices, so they're all the same. But here we are subtracting an M. So we'll get M plus M, subtract an M, plus another M, plus another M, gives us 3M. We don't know what M is. Reminder, these letters are variables, they change, but we understand the meaning of the symbols, okay? We don't know what M is, but when we do, we know we're multiplying it by 3. Just to recap, we've got M plus M, take away M, plus M, so that gives us 3 M's. Okay, so far so good. Number 8, how many N's do we have here? We've got 3 of them. How many N's do we have here? We've got 4 of them. So how many altogether? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 N's. Lovely. So just to recap, same letter, no indices at the top, so we just add them. Right, we're getting trickier, so I'm going to go to reach for my pens. Although these are all the same letter P, we've got P here, but here the P has a 2 as its indice. So that is different. They are different terms because they must have the same letter with the same indice. So I know I'm going to get 2 terms, so I'm going to set it up, and all I've done is my colour coding to get it started. P plus another P is 2P. P squared plus another P squared gives me 2P squared, and we are adding them because everything is positive. Okay, final example. Again, I'm going to colour code first. Well, I've got Q's and I've got R's, so I'm choosing to put the Q's as blues, and I'm choosing to put the R's as reds. And again, this is just setting it up to work it out. No marks gained so far, but it means I can break it down easier. She says dropping her pen on the floor. So we have 3Q minus a Q means we're back down to 2Q. 4R plus 7R gives us 11R, and it is plus 11R because it's all in positive numbers. So to recap, when we are simplifying, we're making it easier, and we're looking for the algebraic language and algebraic expressions. We're looking for the same letter with the same indices. I'm then grouping them. I've used my colour coding to group the same letters with the same indices, same letters with the same indices, same letters with the same indices. And by using that colour coding, it helps me understand what I'm doing.